Hi and welcome back to the cottage. Today I want to chat about your things and the biggest lies that you've been told about them. Things. We buy them, we use them, we surround ourselves with them, we care for them, and we think that we understand why we have them. But do we really? Now more than ever, we are bombarded by messages telling us what we should own. Marketing, advertisements, or social media all are used as ways to influence our decisions about what to buy. Interestingly, there is a new trend that is going around right now as more people become aware of the excess and the consumerism culture that we live in as a way to combat this. It's called de-influencing. As a minimalist, I feel like I see the concept of de-influencing a little bit differently. The benefit not necessarily being in calling out a specific brand or product, but instead encouraging people to be highly intentional about the items and products that they choose to purchase and bring into their lives. And so today I want to share with you 3 of the biggest lies that we've been told or we believe ourselves about things. And as I go through this list, I want you to remember that having a balanced perspective is the key. Understanding that things themselves are not bad, it's all a matter of how you perceive things and what you believe about things. And so these lies have kind of brought about these thoughts and feelings, and so I want to also give, after every single lie that I explain, a way to de-influence yourself from them. Lie number 1, your things are personal. I want you to remember a time when you bought or received something new. Probably not groceries, but something that you'd longed for, such as an article of clothing, a piece of jewelry, maybe artwork, a new car, an electronic device. As soon as that item came into your life, it became your possession. You started to have a sense of responsibility and care for that item. And you recognize right at that moment, at that beginning moment when that item came into your life, that the reason that it is in your life is because you wanted it to be there. Right, so then what's the problem? Aren't we supposed to enjoy and care about the items that we have? Yes, we are. The problem is with these specific types of items, the ones that we've longed for and we wanted to have, a lot of times we end up overvaluing them, and in turn we end up personalizing these specific possessions. And that can become dangerous when we start to elevate these items and the relationship that we have with them over our human relationships, our relationships with our family and our friends. So then how do you know when things have become too personal? Well, you might find yourself saying or thinking things such as, I love my new car, or I can't wait to spend time with my gaming console. It's also this personal feeling that can at times make it extremely difficult to declutter, even the most basic of things, because we start to feel this sentimental attachment, this personal attachment towards our belongings. Even really general things such as a shirt maybe you wore to your first job interview, or a ticket stub from a concert that you attended with a friend, maybe a serving spoon that you received as a wedding gift, when in reality it's just an object, it's just an item. And it really can become quite dangerous when we start to find this personal nature in our possessions. So how can we de-influence ourselves from this particular lie? I think that the minimalists said it best in their most recent book and documentary with this simple statement: love people and use things, because the opposite never works. Lie number 2, the right thing can improve your mood or your life. This is where marketing can really get to a person. Companies love to play on the vulnerable emotions of their customers. Are you feeling down about something? Do you wish that things were going better in your life? Simply buy our product and everything will be better. We get caught up in the trap of believing that if we only can find the right thing, all of our issues will be solved. But what actually ends up happening, in the quest to find that right thing, we end up making purchases. And when that purchase doesn't live up to our expectations of solving all of our problems, we just assume that we haven't found the right thing yet. And so we make another purchase and another and another. And by the end of that whole cycle, we can end up feeling even more down and depressed than before because of all the money that we wasted and all of the time and resources that are gone. Imagine a middle-aged woman who is feeling insecure about her graying hair and wrinkles. She might decide to go on a mission to find that product that is going to solve all of her issues and purchase hundreds of products, creams and dyes and treatments, only to find that those hairs are still coming in gray and the wrinkles are still visible. And this will probably affect her mood, but not in a positive way at all. We can't buy happiness. We've all heard that phrase, but do we truly understand it? Any purchases that we make above those needed for basic survival, such as food and shelter, etc., they're only going to give us a temporary spike in happiness or joy, and they're going to fade away. Eventually, we're going to be left looking for that feeling once again. True happiness and contentment can only come from within. De-influence from this slide by considering the following statement. You are complete in an empty room. Your inner being, your spirit and soul, that is what makes you who you are. So if you want to make an improvement, improve the world by bringing out your spirit into the world, not the other way around by trying to bring things into your life. Line number 3, you need the thing. As I said at the beginning of this video, things are not evil. In fact, many items are a great aid to us in our lives. The trouble is that sometimes we get the feeling that we can't get by in life without a specific thing. We start feeling desperate and inadequate if we don't have this thing. This great need for a specific thing may be brought about because of marketing. It may also just be a preconceived notion that we have ourselves based on our prior life experiences. Consider all of the modern conveniences: the dishwasher, the clothes dryer, car, indoor plumbing. Relatively speaking, these inventions haven't been around all that long. Our ancestors got along just fine without them. And yet we feel that there is no way we would survive if we didn't have access anymore. I'm as guilty as the next person. I take these luxuries for granted as if they are necessities. Because we have gotten so used to them, it feels like we need them. Now take a step back and think about the rest of your belongings, the more insignificant items. Your toaster, throw pillows, the fancy Christmas dinnerware. We can sometimes fall into a trap of thinking that we need these things as well. But let me throw a little truth bomb at you just to get you thinking. Our items need us more than we need them. Yep, it's true. Our items need us more than we need them. Our things are constantly sending us subconscious messages. Water me, says the plant. Fold me, says the laundry. Clean me, says the cup. Empty me, says the garbage can. Our stuff can't do any of these things. We need to do it. And if we fail at these tasks, there will be consequences. The plant will shrivel up and die. The garbage will stink up the entire house. And it's that constant interaction and care between us and our items that make us feel more dependent on them, even though it's really dependent on us. Busting through this lie is one of the core principles of minimalism. Recognizing that sometimes things, even if useful, can become distractions and extra burdens. Minimalism is about being intentional about what things you value enough to keep in your life. Some minimalists have found that they can go extremely far in this regard, even eliminating some of the larger convenience items such as a car if they find that it's not adding value to their lives. While you de-influence from this common lie, I want you to remember that it is a beautiful thing once you realize that you are the only one who can make the conscious decisions about what to keep in your own life. The things that you value and choose to keep in your life will be there because of a thoughtful, intentional decision-making process that evaluated so much more than just the idea of needing it. Do you recognize any or all of these lies having manifested themselves in some way in your life? And if so, are you ready to move forward from just blindly believing them to instead taking a more thoughtful and intentional approach towards the items you decide to surround yourself with? I hope that this video was helpful to you in some way. If you have any questions or comments on today's topic, I would love to chat with you about it down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope that you'll stop by the cottage again really soon.